Are you ready?
It's a difficult question. Yes.
Hello. We are Annie and Konstantin, and you're watching another episode of...
Updates. First of all, I would like to thank the anonymous faith healer, or all of you thinking good, healthy thoughts my way, or the gods of the eucalyptus tree, because I am feeling better, to the extent where we managed to shoot the rest of the depression and anxiety life hacks video stuff, which also included some amount of singing and dancing. If your usual hobby isn't portable, then you need to find something else that you can stow in your bag or pocket. So maybe do master the yo-yo after all. Also explore the App Store on your phone for relaxing or distracting games.
Productive days out and about are pretty cool, but now we are excited to get to the desks and turn it into a video, which we will probably, hopefully, eventually put out on Sunday.
Unlike our previous, Anne and Konstantin do random things and ramble a lot about random things they care about videos. This one is a much bigger project, which I think you probably have been able to tell already by the fact that we've been working on this for several weeks now. And that's because it's a big and important project. It's actually the first episode in a series of videos about mental health, which is an issue that is still way too stigmatized and ignored and mistreated.
This series we're planning on mental health and depression feels like the first real actual KA project, because the videos we did before, they didn't involve a lot of investment, but this is an episode we put like really a lot of time and effort into, and we are really excited to see how it will turn out and how people will react to it, because this is actually a thing where we think we're going with KA. So this is basically the first of hopefully a lot of bigger scale projects to come, handling issues that are important to us and hopefully for a larger audience.
In other exciting news, after partaking in an excursion at a local brewery, we have both earned the official title of person who knows beer. So that's the thing we have going for us now.
Another not that important thing is our certificate of our logo registration has arrived today. In our first episode of Updates, we just had sent in the paperwork for that. You may remember.
Have we mentioned that we registered the name?
I don't think so. By the time this uploads, we will have registered the name and the logo of this here not quite yet franchise. By the time you see this, you can't steal our logo and name anymore. Unless you're anywhere but in Germany.
If you're in Germany and try to steal our logo, we will come with the best lawyers that are willing to take case without
of people who don't have money.
But if you try and steal our logo outside of the German border, we will come after you and we'll break your kneecaps.
Good times, man. I remember this like it was 10 weeks ago. If you want to go down memory lane with us, follow the link right here to watch the legendary, amazing, very first episode of Updates.
So it turns out, if you register a trademark, you have to specify what for. And because bureaucracy is bureaucracy, you can get really, really specific. And because Anne is Anne, we had a little fun with that. So we not only registered all the sorts and areas we could be venturing into with KA, we also added about 600 other things in case we want to look outside the box. They think outside the box, be outside the box, sell the box. For instance, we are probably going to sell t-shirts at some point, but we are also officially licensed to sell Konstitutionelle Anarchie togas, ear warmers, paper hats, and 3-piece suits.
We might consider at some point doing workshops on indie filmmaking. But KA is also licensed to do cool things like education on military bases, education of spiritual development, education of people working on offshore oil rigs, education of referees, and education of magicians.
We are also registered for the operation of discotheques, art galleries, libraries, botanical gardens, boarding schools, movie theaters, museums, music recording studios, nightclubs, summer camps, amusement park, adventure playgrounds, ballet schools, pool halls, bowling alleys, ice skating rinks, fitness centers, and sommelier schools.
And we're thinking we're going to do all of these in one building. And not only can we organize film-related stuff and production sort of things, KA can also expand its activities into entertainment on cruise ships, organization of hypnosis shows, the organization and entertainment of weddings, educational seminars in the medical field, organization of trout fishing events, of quiz games, of ceremonies for the appreciation of courage and bravery, of sumo wrestling competitions, clay pigeon shooting events, and of course of round-the-world sailing trips.
The bottom line of this story is you might not become everything you ever wanted to be in your life, but you can surely get a license to use a logo for that.
Now to the not-so-distant future. You mean now to the not-so-distant future in the sense of doing trout fishing events is in the distant future?
Well, it's not going to happen next week, is it?
That's fair. We're not going to organize any trout fishing events or sumo wrestling competitions next week. But next week, we are going to be partaking in an intensive workshop sort of thing organized by the Startup Center of the Stuttgart Media School, which is Konstantin's current university, where we are going to learn all of the things about starting a business in the world of media and entertainment and get prepared to start our own business, like not just register the trademark, but actually start a business and do the other official things, which hopefully will include a lot more fun bureaucracy hijinks that I am incredibly looking forward to.
And of course, we have
Learned things this week. Really what we learned this week is that a learning curve is a remarkable thing. When we started shooting material for the Depression Life Hacks episode, 3 weeks ago, it was difficult and it was challenging. It just took a while and we just needed a lot of takes and it just wasn't as delightful, and finding the right tone is incredibly difficult. And not that we have learned all of these things, but you can really tell the difference 3 weeks later in what we're doing and just, finding that tone. Shooting one little segment takes a few takes, sometimes even just 1 or 2 and not 28. I think it's kind of the whole point of start before you're ready, because the thing is, being the perfectionist, idealist snobs we are, we look at things and we look at the things that we do on the first try and we're like, well, that kind of sucks. We could do so much better. And it's so easy to get frustrated and be like, well, I just want to do better. I'm not going to do this because I just need to do better. And we know, everybody knows that you get better at things by doing them, but it's remarkable how much better you get at things by doing them. And how fast really you get better, and how fast you get more comfortable and start knowing how to do things. And that's awesome. And really fun.
Now we just need something for the last blurb bit.
Have we not talked about ridiculous things yet?
Now we have the time to say something in this little box with the symbols around us. What do we want the people to know, to take with them for the next week? Should we ask them to comment?
Should we ask them to comment?
Should we ask them to subscribe, maybe?
We could ask them to subscribe. We could ask them to, follow us on Facebook and Twitter and such. But I don't think we should.
Me neither. I think we should ask them to be good people.
What? Just turned into everyone's great aunt Ida there for a second.
Hello!